Hello, my name is Megan. If you're welcome to welcome back. I look like an absolute mess. But this video is not about me today. I am wanting to go through my makeup and kind of do a little bit of declutter, but this is also my makeup collection and declutter. So like, I'm not planning on like getting rid of half my makeup collection, anything crazy like that, but I do want to show you guys all what I have, and then kind of as I'm doing that, go through and declutter the things that I'm not using, or that I think would be happily rehomed. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump on into the video. Okay, so I know this isn't the best angle, but this is where we're gonna start. This is the top of my vanity. And this is my kind of like most reached for products I'm trying to use, whatever. So with that being said, let's kind of move this out of the way. This is my Glossier skin tint in the shade, and I know I'm backlit. I hope it'll get better here shortly, but this is just what we have to work with right now. This is the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint in the shade G11. I think I could probably use G12, but I have G11 and I like it and I use it, so we're gonna go ahead and keep this is the Tarte Stay Spray. This is my second bottle. It's my everyday setting spray, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep that. This is the Marc Jacobs Glow Away Bronzing Coconut Body Stick. I use this as like a face bronzer. I wish that you could kind of, maybe we can see a little bit better here if I block out some of the light. It's just a very warm toned bronzy cream bronzer, and I really enjoy it. I think it stays really well. My little beauty blender. I almost wonder, is this better if I just like close this? Okay, we'll do that for now. This is the Elemis Superfood Glow Priming Moisturizer. This is what I'm using currently as my everyday primer. I have this in my little project pan, which I'll go ahead and link up in the cards. But it's just a summer 15 pan rolling project, or 15 use rolling project pan. I'm currently using this. I really enjoy it as long as I like use the right amount. If I use too much, it starts to pill. But I think it does leave a really nice finish on the skin. And then this is also in that project pan. This is the Bare Minerals Marvelous Moxie lip gloss in the shade Birthday Babe. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that. Okay, in here, this is kind of like my base cream products, I guess. This is the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, going ahead and keeping that. It's one of my only two eye bases. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Air, I forget exactly what it's called, but it's just like the pressed powder. Mine's in the shade Fair. I really do enjoy using this under my eyes, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. And then these are the two Glossier Stretch Concealers in the shades G11 and G12. I use these all the time. They are my favorite concealer right now. So I'm definitely keeping those. This, however, is the Glossier Boy Brow. I've had this for a while and it's dry, it's empty. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. That's just gonna get tossed, honestly, because I'm not gonna pass along a product that doesn't have any product in it. So there's that. Over here I have just some random lip products. This is my Glow Recipe, Glow Pop, Lip Pop, whatever. This is the watermelon one. It's not my favorite. I have the watermelon one as well as the like blueberry one. I like the blueberry one better, but I'm gonna go ahead and use that one since I have it. These are my 5 lip liners. I have a clear lip liner and then 4 colored ones. I'm gonna go ahead and just get rid of the clear one. I don't use bold enough colors to use a clear lip liner. I just don't really find it all that useful in my life. And then these are the other 4. They're all from NYX. This top one is the NYX Matte Suede Lip Liner in the shade Sandstorm. I'm gonna go ahead and keep that. This one is in Nude Pink. I'm not a huge fan of like pinkish toned lip products, but I do have it, so I'm going to use it. I do find that it comes in handy sometimes. This one is Nude Truffle, and then I also have Nude Beige, which is my favorite. So I'm keeping those 4, as well as this lip pop from Glow Recipe. This middle drawer here is mostly eye products. Okay, hopefully this will work out a little bit better. This is my eye products drawer. It just kind of looks like this. And here I have my go-to eye pencil, like eyebrow pencil, which is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. Mine's in the shade Taupe, I believe. Yeah, Taupe. Gonna go ahead and keep that. This is the L'Oreal Waterproof Telescopic Mascara. I use this every day on my lower lashes. This is the mascara I'm currently using, which is the Bite Upswing Mascara. It's only a mini, but that's what I'm using right now and I like it. This is the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. This is in the shade Cottage Cheese. I wish that they didn't name it Cottage Cheese, but here we go anyway. It's just a nice like highlight type of tone. Hello, are we gonna focus? Probably not. Anyway, you can see it right there. I love it on my brow bones, my inner corner, all that fun stuff. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Quad in the shade Celestial Pearl. I really, really do like this, so I'm for sure going to keep this, as well as my Natasha Denona Mini Biba palette, the little 3-pan. I just love Natasha Denona's formula, the shadows, or the shimmers, the mattes, everything about it, love. Here's my first, like, maybe, I guess, I keep convincing myself to keep this when I think I should just let myself declutter it. I never use it. I want to use it, but I don't. This is the Huda Beauty Matte and Metal Melted Eyeshadow in the shades Cashmere Robe and Penthouse Suite. It's so pretty. I just don't use it, so I think it's time to declutter it. You'll be missed. And then over here I have two of my single eyeshadows. These are both MAC shadows. This one is Nylon, and then I also have Wedge, which this one is Wedge, which I used to literally use these all the time, and then Nylon. I really don't use them too much anymore, but I do still enjoy having some single shadows, so I think I'm going to go ahead and keep those for now. Okay, and then down to the bottom drawer. This is mostly stuff that I'm trying to have in my little project pan right now. So in here I have, in here I have the Hourglass Vanish Cream Foundation, Vanish Foundation Stick in the shade Cream. I am struggling today. It is, you know, my shade, which is very pale. I really thought, like, was going into this thing I was going to declutter it. Except it's in my little project pan, so I think I'm going to hang on to it at least until I hit my 15 uses on it. And then at that point, I really don't know. I love the way it makes my skin look. It's kind of going to be a matter of, like, am I actually going to reach for foundation? Like, because I just don't really wear foundation that often. If I do, it's going to be a light coverage, like, tinted moisturizer sort of a thing, which I've been able to kind of, like, lighten the coverage of this and make it a little bit, you know, more suited to me. But I don't know, I've literally had that forever, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it at least through my project pan, at which point I'll probably possibly declutter it afterwards. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It's currently in my project pan. I'm keeping it. I really do enjoy this, so we're going to go ahead and keep that there. This is the Fenty Cheeks Out Cream Blush in the shade Petal Poppin'. It's not something that I reach for all the time, but it is in that project pan, and so I have been reaching for it, and I just love that formula, so I'm going to keep, I have 3 of these, I'm going to keep all 3 of them. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Powder and Matte and Poreless Powder in the shade 110 Porcelain. I, again, thought I was going to declutter this. I have started using it, although it's in that project pan. I think I'm going to keep it through my project pan. But then I think after that I'm just gonna go ahead and declutter it, because if I'm gonna reach for a pressed powder, it's probably gonna be that Charlotte Tilbury one that I showed you guys earlier, and so there's just no point in me keeping this around for even longer. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my 15 uses on this, and then it will be decluttered. So I'm gonna put like a yes but pile over here just so we can count it in the declutter, but like as a delayed declutter, you know what I mean? This is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek Highlight in the shade Lunch Money. It's also in my project pan, but I think I'm just going to declutter it and cycle something else in. You know, I'll get my 15 uses on it. I'm going to declutter this. It's not anything special anymore. Like, I do really enjoy the formula, but it's just not what I reach for. I don't love the way that it looks, like how it's kind of finicky to apply. It doesn't really go on well with the brush. You do have to use a sponge, but even then, like, the sponge that I like doesn't always pick it up the best. So I think it's just not really worth it for me. I'm not going to apply it with my fingers, and so because of that, I think I have to say goodbye to this. You've served me well. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla. I'm wearing this today. I do like it. I think it's a little bit dark for me most of the time, but I am going to keep it for when I am a little bit darker. And I also need something a little bit more full coverage than my Glossier, because I really don't have, this isn't like a full coverage concealer, but I really don't have like a fuller coverage concealer for when I'm slightly darker. So this will be what that is for. And then this is my Perricone MD No Makeup Blush. I really like this color. I kind of have to pack it on because my skin kind of like absorbs it. But I do really like the way it looks, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep that as well. So these are my eyeshadow palettes that are on my like countertop, desktop, whatever. I guess we're just gonna go through them. So this is the Pure X Raw Beauty Christie eyeshadow palette. It's the colorful and the neutral sides. This is in my project pan. I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. Okay, Anastasia Subculture. I think I'm gonna have, I don't really wear eyeshadow all that often, if I'm being totally honest. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out a little bit. I really don't wear eyeshadow all that often, but anymore. When I do put something on my eyes, it's normally just like a bronzer and whatever highlight I'm wearing for the day. But with that being said, I struggle to get rid of my eyeshadow palettes. I love my eyeshadow palettes, so I really, I don't know how many of these I'm gonna get rid of. And Subculture is one of them where I have not used this in forever. This is not something that I would reach for on an everyday basis. I definitely would use this for like, you know, accent eye colors or whatever, or accent colors in my look. I would not just like sit down and make a full like look out of this. But with that being said, a part of me is like, it's had its time, you're not going to use it. But the other part of me is like, but I love it and I want to keep it and it's so pretty. You know, I think I'm going to miss it just having it around if I do declutter it. So because of that, I'm going to keep it. But I will also make a point, especially this fall, because they're very like fall tone, like grungy colors. I'm going to make a point to use this fall. I like it. Okay, sounds good. Perfect. And then next year, because I'm planning on doing this declutter, or like a declutter like this, either once or twice a year. But if by the next declutter I have not used this, I will make myself part ways with it. And that right there, I have to use it now because I don't want to part ways with it. Perfect. Okay, this is the Kat Von D, or I guess it's not Kat Von D, it's KVD Vegan Beauty Edge of Reality eyeshadow palette. I think this is so pretty, and I kind of just forget that I own it. I've used it a couple times. I wore it to one of my best friend's weddings, and like that was, I think, the only time I've ever used it. But I do want to get use out of this. I do really love the color story and the colors in it. Well, hello, you just said you love the color story. Anyway, this is something that I want to get use out of, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it. And then I think I'm probably going to roll this in as my next like palette for my 15 uses after I finish off my 15 uses on the Pure palette. So that'll make me use it. Here I have my Natasha Denona Glam palette. I'm keeping this. This is one of my all-time favorite palettes. Again, I don't really wear eyeshadows from like palettes all that often, but I do love these colors. I'm a big like neutral undertone, like leaning cool eyeshadow girl. And so this is just, it's perfect for me. I love it. I'm so happy with this palette. I need to make a point to like use eyeshadows more often because I love it. But I'm keeping that. You can't take that from me. Similarly, I also have the Natasha Denona Gold palette. I'm not a huge like warm tone color like palette person. Like I just said, I tend to lean neutrals or cools, but I love this. And if I need a warm tone eyeshadow, I know that like it's here. Okay, going through these makes me want to like use all my eyeshadow palettes, which is really exciting because I don't want to get rid of any of them. So I want to make sure I'm using them. But I'm 100% keeping this. Plus I think it's also discontinued now. And this was like my first Natasha Denona purchase, like first big girl, like palette, expensive, something purchase like that. Like obviously I have some like nicer makeup, but this one's expensive and I love it. So we're keeping that for sure. Okay, lastly I have my Anastasia Glow Kit. This is the Sugar Glow Kit, which is the lightest of them. I don't know what to do about this because I had decluttered this. If you've been around, I decluttered this. The shade Marshmallow Shattered, and I decluttered this. I got rid of it. I gave it to my then boyfriend's sister. And I was like, cool, perfect. I made peace with the fact that it's gone. Like, everything is right in the world. And then Paige, I love you so much. She went and she bought me one for Christmas. Because I told her, I was like, yeah, this is the main color that I use, and so like, you know, it shattered, like I'm not really going to use the rest of the palette, but she knew that I really liked that highlight, so she went out and she bought me the whole palette for Christmas one year, which I really appreciated, but I just don't reach for this. Again, okay, here's what I'm going to do. Again, I think I'm going to keep it, I'm going to make a point to use it, and if I don't use it by my next declutter, it's gone. I think that's what I'm gonna do because it's so pretty. Ugh, it's so pretty. Okay, we're gonna put this to the side, and then when I get back to like all my highlighters here in a minute, like I think I'm gonna reassess this one because I know that I should declutter it. Like I know that I should. But the fact that she bought it for me because of that one makes me want to keep it, even though that's not a good enough reason to keep it. Anyway, okay, anyway. Let me pop all these bad boys back in to this little organizer, which by the way, this organizer, if you're wondering about it, it's from IKEA. It is a like dish organizer, like for your kitchen, but it works great for my palettes, so that's what I use it for. Okay, and then with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and jump down into my drawers. Okay, so these, I figured instead of going into my drawers and like doing it that way, it's gonna be easier to like pull everything out and look at it this way. So these, we're gonna start with like my base products, so like, you know, face powder, primer, foundation, concealer, and then like I'll kind of move on in like chunks. So these are my base products, so my primers, concealers, powders, and foundations are both in this container. Okay, well I guess we'll just kind of go into this. Let's start over here. These are my primers. I have the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. I really love this. I think it works great. It does a great job at keeping my makeup stuck to my face all day, especially when I'm like, it's a hot day, like I'm doing a lot, like love this, hands down, keeping that forever. This is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. A part of me, I don't like this as much as like the e.l.f. Jelly Pop. But I have this mini and a part of me is like, well, I still enjoy it, so I kind of want to use this in like my 15 uses rolling project pan, like see if I can kind of get through it. But I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and declutter this, give it to a new home, somebody who will enjoy it more than I will, because I already have this gripping primer, which I like better. So there's a declutter there. This is the e.l.f. Retro Paradise Primer Glow Face Oil, and I do really enjoy this. Let me smell it to make sure it's okay. I think it still smells fine. When I do want like a very dewy, glowy, hydrated look, this is what I reach for, and so I'm gonna go ahead and keep it because I don't really have any other primers like that, and I do really enjoy that. And then this one breaks my heart. This is the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Face Primer. I bought this on recommendation from Tati. I think it's great. Like honestly, I freaking love how pore filling and smoothing this is. The thing is though, I don't have a need for it. Like obviously I have pores, everybody has pores, but like I don't really find myself being like, oh my god, I need a pore filling primer. So because of that, I'm going to go ahead and finally pass this along because I'm not going to use it. So there it goes. So my primers are now down to 3 if you count the Elemis primer up there, and so I'm happy with that. I cut my primer collection almost in half. So there's that. And then for my concealers, again, I already have 3 concealers up there that I am keeping. This is my e.l.f. Hydro Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Rose. When I want something more full coverage than my than my Glossier concealers allow me to have, this is what I reach for, 100% hands down, like favorite thing in the world. So I'm keeping that without a doubt, but both of these are the thing I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of. This is the Fenty Beauty, Pro Filter Concealer, yeah, in the shade 110. First off, this is old. I've had this for probably 3+ years. I think it's been 3 years. I think I got this my freshman year of college. And I'm in my 4th year, going into my 5th. And so, you know, it's good, but I feel like it dries out my under eyes sometimes, and I can make it work, but I don't want to have to use products that I have to make work, you know? So I'm going to go ahead and honestly probably just pass this like to the trash can because it's 3 years old. And plus none of my friends are as pale as I am, so that's cool too. This is the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD Concealer, in the shade Fairest. Sorry, I'm looking up here so I can see it, but then I realized that you guys can't see it. It's an okay concealer, not my favorite. I do have a little bit of on today to kind of brighten up my under eyes, but other than that, like, it's really not anything to write home about. I think it was like $2.99. And it's just not something that I reach for, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that as well. Which means that my 6 concealers are now down to 4, which I'm okay with because I have 2 that are light coverage and 2 that are a little heavier for different times of, different types of skin tone, I guess. So there's that. And then as for my foundations, which I do have 2 brow pencils in here, I just didn't really have anywhere else to put them. I am keeping both of these. They're my backups for my current brow pencil that I use all the time. But anyway, these are my 3 concealers. Ooh, this one's got some like interesting separation going. Okay, I think it's probably time to let this go. I do really, really enjoy this foundation, I'm not gonna lie to you, but like, that's a little questionable. I actually was fully planning on keeping this, but like, I don't think I should. It's definitely a couple years old. Let me actually smell it. How does it smell? Yeah, that doesn't smell right. Given these like flawless satin foundations from e.l.f. always smell a little funny, like even when they're brand new, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and just pass that along, and by that, pass along, I mean throw it in the trash. This is the NYX Total Control Drops. I really like this. I like that I can kind of customize it, make it a little lighter coverage, make it a little heavier coverage, depending on what I need. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. And then this is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation in the shade 110. I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. Yes, I'm filming a declutter, but I did get a Sephora order this morning. It arrived at the door this morning. This is one of the, I got 4 items. And this is one of them. So I'm keeping it. I've wanted this literally since it came out, and I've just never gotten around to like actually like purchasing it. And so here we are. Here it is swatched. So we're gonna keep this around at least for a little bit. And yes, it's light on my hand, but also my face is considerably lighter than my hand is. So we're just gonna go with it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep this for now, and then, you know, we'll see how it goes. Maybe I end up hating it and I end up decluttering it down the line, but I'm keeping this for now. And then as for my face powders, I've already established I have 1 pressed powder, or I have 2 pressed powders, which is the Maybelline and the Charlotte Tilbury. And then I also have these 2 loose powders. I'm going to be getting rid of the Maybelline once I have my 15 uses on it, but I do want to make sure that I do get some use out of it. I don't really know why, that's the way I want to do this, so that's what I'm going to do. But this is my Glossier Water in the shade G11, G12. I really love this. I use it all the time, so I'm for sure keeping that. This is where I get tied up. This is the Laura Mercier Loose Setting Powder in the shade Translucent. I've had this for years. Like, it is old. I probably got this in like 2017. It's 2022. It's been at least 5 years. Given it hasn't like gone bad, like it's still good. My only thing is I don't really reach for it all that often. I definitely do use either my Charlotte Tilbury or else my Glossier Water powders over it. The only thing is it's a translucent powder, so I kind of want to keep it just because it's translucent, and I don't have any translucent powders, but I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. I'm talking myself through it, and I really don't reach for it all that often. I prefer other powders over this one, so yes, it's my only translucent powder, but if I don't use it, what's the point in keeping it? So we're gonna go ahead and pass that along as well. I would say I did pretty well, honestly. In here right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 products, and I'm getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So technically speaking, you know, that's half of what I've gone through right now. I decided to declutter. So I think that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and push my declutters back off to the side so you can see the pile later and pull out the next section. Also, I just realized I forgot to mention, I do have a makeup inventory list which has like the numbers of each category before I started this declutter. So that will be posted up in the eye as well. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. But make sure you check that out if you're interested in like the pure numbers of it, and then you can see what I'm doing here in the declutter, you know what I mean? Anyway. So this is kind of an interesting category because it's my blush, bronzer, and highlighters, but it's powders and creams. So I think what I'm gonna do is kind of just separate it all out. So like I'm not gonna use these containers right now. I'm just gonna do like blushes, like highlights, bronzers, you know what I mean? Just kind of like make it a little bit easier. I don't know. Well, these are all blushes. These are all my powder blushes, and these are all my like cream blushes, but my bronzers and my highlights are mixed. So let's actually come back to that, and let's go through here. Oh look, I found a quarter. How cool. Anyway, let's gonna go back in there. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, please hold. Okay, so I have 6 pans in there. you know. But I also have this blush and highlighting palette, which I love. I get so torn up about this every single time because the colors in it are so pretty. I really do enjoy this formula. But when I tell you I literally never reach for this, I literally never reach for this. I need to get rid of it. I've had this for many declutters. I keep it every time thinking I'm going to use it. I'm never going to use it. Actually, sometimes I do use it, but I don't use it often enough to justify keeping this whole thing. So this is going. I'm getting rid of it finally. After years and years and years, I'm getting rid of it. So anyway, now we're back here. This is my MAC blush in the shade Sincere, one of my all-time favorite blushes, keeping that for sure. I've had it forever. I will continue to have it forever. This is the Cindy Luminizer from the Balm. I really like this. It's supposed to be a highlighter, but I really like it as like a shimmery blush. So we're keeping that. This is a section where I have a feeling I'm not going to do well in terms of decluttering, just a heads up. But again, that's fine because this is a collection with declutter in it, so that's fine, right? This is my Jouer blush duo in the shade like rose gold. Basically, it's marigold and rose petal. I do really like this. I'm actually wearing a little bit of this today on my cheeks, this rose petal shade. I think these blushes are great pigmentation, great like longevity. I really like them, so I'm keeping them. And then this is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. Still one of my favorites, has always been one of my favorites. This was a cult classic for obvious reason. It's a great like peach tone blush with some like gold undertones, gold shimmer, so pretty, keeping that for sure. And then this is the shade Rose Gold, also from Milani. Sorry, something just dripped on me, but I'm in my house and there's literally nothing above me to have dripped on me, but something just dripped. That's weird. And it's not raining outside either. Alright, well, okay, we'll come back to that, I guess. Anyway, this is the shade Rose Gold from Milani. Okay, it's dripping. Okay, so I've reoriented myself a little bit. I can't figure out what's dripping. There's no marks in like on my ceiling. I went upstairs, explored the attic. There's nothing that would be dripping through my ceiling, so I don't know what's happening. So I'm gonna call somebody about that, I guess. Probably my mother first, just to see what she says to do. Anyway. So this is my, I feel so weird just like jumping back into this when there's like mysterious fluid leaking from my house. Anyway, this is the Milani Rose Gold blush. I don't use it often, but I do really enjoy it in the like, fall and winter months. I am gonna go ahead and keep that as well. Okay, and then these are my, liquid blushes. I just work with me, I guess, okay? Anyway, these are my liquid blushes / light cream blushes. This is a lip to cheek, like, from RMS Beauty, the, like, samples. I use the top two, been trying to get myself to use the bottom one. If I really tried, like, I know that I could do it and I might as well just do it, but I'm probably not going to. So honestly, that's just gonna go away. In here, these are for sure keeps. These are the other two Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out cream blushes that I was talking about. This one is the shade Cool Berry. Looks like that. And then this one is Rosé Latte. I use them a lot, so we're keeping those. This, however, I think I'm going to go ahead and just declutter. This is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek Blush in the shade Between the Sheets. This was in my project pan last year. It's a really pretty shade. I'm just tired of it. I don't use this a lot, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and rehome it. So yeah, that'll be that. Let's see. This is my Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Dusk. Love this. I want to use this a little bit more, so I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I keep that. And then this is the Nude Sticks Magnetic Lip Plush Paint, except somewhere else on here it says like it's for lip and cheek. I don't remember where. Oh, there we go. Monochromatic lip, cheeks, and eye color. I really do enjoy this. My only thing about it, and if you've been around, you know I've talked about this before, I don't have an end to my, like, it's just, there is no like plush lip paddle thing to use. It's just the stick. So that sucks, but I do still use it and I do enjoy it, so we're gonna go ahead and keep it. These are all products that I kind of struggle with, these last four. I do really enjoy all of them, like them all a lot, but it's just a matter of like I don't really use them all that often. You know what, this is the Benefit Benetint. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. I'm gonna use it. I do enjoy like lip stains and cheek stains, so we're gonna go ahead and keep this, and hopefully too, by kind of like maybe getting rid of some of these and just like in general streamlining my collection, I'll be able to get some more use out of this, even though watch me like not get rid of anything from this section. Anyway, this is the Rare Beauty Hello mini in the shade Bliss. It's the mini cream blush. I do really enjoy it, but it's not a color that I find myself reaching for all the time, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that. Let's see, this is the Nude Sticks lip and cheek pencil in the shade Whisper. I think I'm kind of ready to part ways with this. It is a really pretty color, but I'm so close to being finished with it. Like, I really only have this much more to go. I want to keep it and see if I can finish it. So my goal is to keep this and see if I can finish it, and if I can't finish it, then I'm going to go ahead and declutter it. But in the next declutter, if I haven't made significant progress, I'm going to go ahead and declutter it. But I do want to try to keep it. And then this is the Milk stick in the shade Work. There's some weird discoloration, but I can't tell. You know, I think this has gone bad. I don't know if you can tell, but let me wait for it to kind of focus. Hello? Okay, well, there's just like darker spots on top, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Which sucks because I did really like the product, but I'm probably not gonna repurchase it because I have enough lip cream and liquid blush to go around. So honestly, all things considered, I would say I did pretty well with that. Okay, and then these are my liquid and cream blushes, not blushes, highlighters and bronzers. Let me go ahead and kind of sort these out, and then I'll come back here in a second. So you can't see that, but it's all sorted out. I'll move it over as I'm talking about it. Let's go ahead and I guess just start right here. These are the 4 remaining cream highlight products that I have. And I say remaining because I do have some up in my bin. But here we go. This is the Neutrogena Hydra Boost Illuminator in the shade Moonstone. I really do enjoy this. There's so much in, oh, actually, I'm making some progress. Look at me go. I love this. I'm gonna keep this. Beautiful. This is the Nude Sticks Magnetic Nude Glimmer. So it's their liquid highlighter in the shade 99% Angel. I really do enjoy this, but it's just too dark for me. I can like make it work, but again, I shouldn't have to make my makeup work. And I know a lot of people that this would work out really well for, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass that along. This is the Glossier Night Shine, Glossier Play. It's from their like Play line, which is now discontinued, but it's their highlighter concentrate in the shade Pale Pearl. This again can be too dark for me sometimes, but I don't have like a liquid pink highlighter, and I do really like this when I use it, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep that. And then lastly, this is the ColourPop Super Shock in the shade Flexitarian. I don't know what to do with this because I'm getting rid of Lunch Money because I don't love the formula anymore, just like for how I like to apply my highlighter and stuff. I don't love it, but I think this is such a pretty highlighter shade that I want to keep it, but I really don't use it all that often. It's still like perfectly fine. It's still really good. You know, I can get a similar effect, not quite the similar shade, but I can get a similar effect with this, and I'm gonna reach for this before I reach for this. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and declutter this as well. Flexitarian, you did me well. I'm gonna miss you, but I don't use you, so there you go. Okay, so not bad at all. Was able to cut that down to 2. And then these are my remaining, again, because I do have that one cream bronzer up in my like everyday makeup that I am keeping. So these are the remainder of my liquid bronzers, contours, whatever. This is the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand in the shade light medium or fair medium or whatever it is. I really like this. I'm keeping that for sure. This is the Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade fair. I still really like this. I use it a lot. One of my go-tos, keeping that again for sure. But this, however, is the Anastasia contour stick in the shade fair. I tried to declutter, I tried to pan this last year. I'm just over it. I'm not going to use it anymore. Not my thing, you know? It's a good product. I still like it. I just don't reach for it, so there's no point in keeping it around. So we're going to go ahead and declutter that. And so this is what we are down to now, and plus, like, you know, the one big wand up there, but I'm happy with that. Okay, moving on to, okay, well, let me go ahead and just cut into here really fast. These are my two, like, multi-purpose palettes, whatever. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Mini Film Star Bronzer Highlight Duo. I'm keeping this for sure. I love both of these shades. Love the product, keeping that. And then this is the Anastasia Contour Kit in the shade Light Medium. I forgot that I have this, honestly, so I want to pull this back out and get some use on it. So with that being said, I'm going to keep it. You can tell, like, I used to love that all the time. I've worn all of these products, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep this, try to get it back into my rotation. So yeah, we'll keep those. As for my bronzers, you saw earlier I have my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm keeping that for sure. This is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. I love this. Keeping this for sure. Like, absolutely no questions asked. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. My plan was to keep both of them and use both of them, except I haven't even gotten through that one, and it's been a couple years. I'm not going to get through this one. It still smells like chocolate, so I feel comfortable passing it along to somebody else. So we're going to go ahead and pass that along. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in the shade Luminous Bronze Light. I really do like this, and if I'm going to reach for like a shimmery bronzer, this is what I'm going to reach for. So I'm keeping that for sure. But because that's what I'm going to reach for, I'm going to go ahead and pass along my Laguna Shimmer. It's just a mini, but again, I really don't use it, and if I'm going to reach for a shimmery bronzer, I'm going to reach for that one. As for my big NARS Laguna, I want to keep it. I want to get some more use on it. When I do use it, I do really like it. It's just, I was so focused on using this bronzer last year that I never really used this one at all. So I'm keeping that as well. And then lastly, for this little section, I have my highlighters. Honestly, I think I'm going to keep all 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 of these. So I'm just going to show you what I have. This is a mini in the shade Moonstone from Becca. I'm keeping this for sure. I really do like it. And it's a mini, so it's not taking up too much space. This is my Mary Luminizer. I finally hit pan in it. It's not a big pan, but pan exists. And I'm actually wearing a little bit of this today. I really enjoy it, keeping that for sure. This is my e.l.f. Powder Highlight. Can I pop it open? There we go. Again, I really do enjoy this. I think it's a great color. I love the just like formula of it and the way it lays on my skin. This is Becca Pearl, which is just like a straight up white highlighter. And honestly, if it's between these two, sorry, as far as my white highlighters go, I'm probably not going to reach for this one. So as much as I want to keep it because it's a great highlighter and I love the formula, I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one, but because I'm keeping the e.l.f. highlighter instead. So let's go ahead and we'll rehome that one. Keeping this, and then I'm for sure keeping my Marc Jacobs highlighter. Does this look the same as like all the other highlighters? This one in particular? Yeah. Am I keeping them both? Absolutely. So that is that. I am pretty happy with that. I'm gonna go ahead and put those back together and then grab the next section. Okay, also I did say I was gonna pull this back out when it came to highlighters, and I didn't do that. So here we are now. This again is my Anastasia Glow Kit. Honestly, as much as I want to keep this, I'd really only use it for Marshmallow, which I have other like pale gold highlighters in my collection that I'm going to reach for over this. Butterscotch is a little bit too dark, Starburst a little bit more pink than I'm looking for, and then Gumdrop is both a little bit darker and pinker than I'm looking for. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pass this on. Somebody will, I'm sure, love it. So there we go. Paige, I love you, thank you, but I just don't need it in my life. So we are going to jump into mascaras right now. And honestly, most of these I have already had the plan of decluttering. Some of these are actually empty and just haven't made it into the empties bin. I've been wanting to film Declutter, so I kept them around even though I was going to declutter them, and here we are. So with that being said, this is my Urban Decay Lash Freak Mini. I absolutely love this mascara. This is dried up and gross and disgusting now though, so I'm getting rid of it, and I want a full size of this, honestly. Last time I looked for it on the Sephora website, I couldn't find it, so I'm hoping that they're not discontinuing it because I really want a new one. But this is gonna go because it's empty. This is the It Superhero Mascara. As I mentioned earlier, I did literally just get a knock on my door with a Sephora package as soon as I sat down to film this, so this was in there. I'm keeping this one for sure. Brand spanking new. I really like that mascara. This is the Blink mascara. It's fine. It wasn't my favorite. It's a nice tubing mascara, but like it didn't do much for me, so that one was a declutter. As for colored mascaras, I have this L'Oreal Luminous in the shade like burgundy or maroon or whatever. Burgundy. I like the whole like different lower lash line look. I'm just never gonna do it. And if I am gonna do it, I'm gonna do it with an eyeshadow, not a mascara, so we can go ahead and declutter that. As well as this purple mascara from ColourPop. This is a great mascara, honestly. I really enjoyed it, but I don't reach for it anymore. This is the Milk Kush Waterproof Mascara. I do not like this at all. The original Kush, I like the way that it looks as soon as I put it on, but then I don't like the way it wears. I feel like my lashes go from being like super dramatic and great to like I'm not even wearing mascara. And that one smudges. And this one doesn't smudge, but it doesn't really do much for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. This is the Fenty Beauty Mascara. I found that this just transferred like crazy on me, so I'm not even gonna put up with it. Same with the, did I actually ever try the Anastasia? I think I did. I think I tried this one, and I'm pretty sure that it transferred on me as well, so we're gonna go ahead and remove that from my life. This is the Bad Gal Bang. I don't know what it is. When I first started wearing this, it was totally fine, no transferring, and then all of a sudden it started to transfer on me. So as much as I love the effect that this gives on my lashes, oh, this also feels pretty dry actually. I was gonna declutter it anyway, but I think I'm actually just gonna toss it because it's dried out. This is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I feel like this is one of my newer ones. I don't really know what happened. At one point, I just ended up acquiring a bunch of mascaras, and so I don't really know what's new and what's not new. But I feel like, I can't remember, I think I used this for the 3 months and then I was like, okay, I'm over it. I remember really liking this when I first tried it, and then so I repurchased it, and now I don't know, it doesn't do anything for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. This is the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara. First time I tried this, I really liked it, so I had like a voucher for it, so I got the full size. Haven't opened it yet, so hopefully I enjoy it, but we're gonna put that back. And then this is the Pat McGrath Fetish Eyes Mascara. I've heard so many great things about this. I found that this thing transferred like crazy. I will say though, it does feel a little bit drier now, so I am going to go ahead and keep this and try it out again just because I want this to work so badly, but if it doesn't work, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. So we cut my mascara down from, I think I had like 13 or 14 to 3 here plus the 2 that I have of my collection, making it 5. So I am happy with that. So I guess I'll show you anyway, because again, this is also a makeup collection. I have these 2 lash glues, which this is the Duo Glue. It's a clear lash glue. I enjoy it. And then I also have the Glamnetic Liquid Magnetic Eyeliner. And that's because for my lashes, I have these Ardell Accents, which are the magnetic ones. Like that they're magnetic to itself. So I enjoy them. I don't wear lashes all the time, but I do like having lash options because sometimes I do enjoy wearing lashes. These are the Ardell Demi Wispies in black. I really enjoy these. When I am reaching for lashes, these are what I reach for 9 times out of 10. So keeping those for sure. These are the Velour Effortless Lashes from the Sephora line. Hello. Wow, I struggled with that. I've worn them a couple times, and honestly, I don't really struggle with lashes normally. I was really struggling to like get these to look right on me. And so I think I actually ended up taking them off and just not wearing lashes that night because I wore these because I couldn't find these. I don't love how thick the band is, and so if I'm gonna pick between two of these lashes, I'm probably gonna go with my Dummy Wispies over the velour ones. So I'm actually wasn't planning on decluttering any lashes, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and declutter these. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass this along to someone. And then these are the Glamnetic lashes. I enjoy them, so that's why I have the Glamnetic liner, because I have the lashes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep these. And plus these give me a little bit of like a more bold option if I'm really wanting to go for lashes one day. So there's that. Okay, so just trying to kind of finish out the rest of my eye stuff. We're gonna go ahead and start in here with my brow gels. So this is my Mini Benefit 24-hour brow setter. This is a clear brow gel. I love this stuff. It's like glue in your eyebrows. They do not move. For sure keeping that, and when that runs out, I'm buying the full size. This is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. It's a good brow gel. It's just dried out. It's old, so we're gonna go ahead and pass that along. And then this is the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel, which was one of the other things that came in the order this morning, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep this, and that gives me 2 brow gels now, a clear and a colored, which is what I was going for anyway, so that works out. These are my like cream eyeshadows. I have this eyeshadow primer, which honestly I was thinking I was gonna keep it, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and declutter it because I reached for my paint pot more than I ever reached for this. This is a really great primer. It's still good. It hasn't gone bad. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I think one of my best friends will enjoy this, so I'm gonna go ahead and just pass that along to her. And then here I have my Revlon Color Stay Cream Shadow. I'm not a huge cream shadow person, but I do really like this, so I think I'm gonna keep it. And then this one kills me because this is so pretty. It's the Eloise liquid eyeshadow in the shade Pure Gold. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. I just don't use products like this, so I don't want to get rid of it because it's absolutely stunning. Like, I've used this a couple times, and the few times that I have used it, it's stunning. So I want to keep it because it's phenomenal, but I really don't reach for it all that often. I think, again, I'm going to keep it, and if I don't use it by my next declutter, I'm going to go ahead and pass it along, but for now I'm going to keep both of those. And then here's my eyeshadow collection. I have some singles in here. I have the rest of my palettes. I don't want to do this, but I know that I have to. So here we are. Let's just go ahead and I guess start with my singles. Let's pull all these bad boys out. So I mentioned earlier I have MAC Nylon and MAC Wedge up in my collection up there. This is MAC Charcoal Brown, which if I remember correctly, last time I tried to use this, it was just kind of gummy, and yeah, it's gotten to the point where it's pretty old and it's pretty patchy, so we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of that. This is the L'Oreal Pressed Eyeshadow Pigment in the shade Cafe Latte? Ice Latte. I really like this. I forgot that I had it. I was actually storing a lot of my eyeshadows in a separate area. So I just never really reached them when I was looking through my makeup. So now that I've kind of reorganized and they are now in my makeup drawers, I think I'll use them a little bit more. So we're gonna go ahead and keep this for now. This is MAC Floof. It's a really pretty pink toned eyeshadow shimmer. I love it, keeping that one. This is MAC Llama, which is probably the smoothest eyeshadow I think I've ever touched in my entire life. And it's just a matte cream color, keeping that. And then this one is Expensive Pink, which I think is really pretty. I really don't wear colors like this, but I love this color and I cannot bring myself to part ways with it. So that's that, I guess. And then, so let's go ahead, and these are my e.l.f. Bite Size shadows. The quality in these is good. I just don't find myself reaching for them all that often. I am going to keep this one. This is the shade Hot Jalapeno because I love this gold color and I love this shimmery green. And although I don't wear color often, I do really enjoy these. So because of that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep that, at least for now. Carnival Candy I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of. I don't think I've ever used this. I think I've swatched it maybe once, but like that's it. So we're gonna go ahead and part ways with that. And then when I'm reaching into these, like I'm not usually just reaching in there for an accent color unless it is something like this. So, oh, that scared me. Sorry about that. I'm getting a new light fixture for my bedroom, so that was just delivered, which is really fun. But anyway, what I was saying is that I typically, if I'm gonna reach something like this, I want to be able to create like a full eye look. And even though you can, the eye look out of these 4 colors is not something for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. I've tried, I just can't, it's not my thing. So we're gonna go ahead and declutter that one. And then this one is in the shade Truffles. Again, it's super pretty. I love the colors, but I'm just not gonna reach for them. I don't wear them. And as much as I want to keep this one, and as much as I want to keep Pumpkin Spice, I don't wear these colors. I don't reach for them. And actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna keep this one. I think I'm gonna keep it. I'm just gonna do it. It's fine. I already have it in my collection. I can see some very pretty fall eye looks with that. I'm gonna keep that. So there's that. And then reaching over here, this is my Natasha Denona Peak eyeshadow palette. I, again, really like the colors in here. They're not something that I normally wear, and honestly, I haven't worn it yet, but I really, really want to. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it because I want to wear these colors, and again, I see this as being more of like a fall into winter palette for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that. This is Going Coconuts from ColourPop. It's one of my all-time favorites. It's a go-to, super easy for every day. Keeping that. This is the Pat McGrath Subversive eyeshadow palette. It's really pretty. You know what? Let's check something out. Okay. So that is that gold shade in Subversive. And this is the gold shade in Hot Jalapeno. Okay. You know what? The only thing keeping this palette in my collection would be this bright green color right here. Like, honestly. This hurts, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. Because it's really not colors that I wear all that often. And, you know, I want to get some use out of this. So I'd rather reach into this palette if I want some fun, sparkly shades like that instead of that e.l.f. palette. So we're gonna go ahead and keep this one. And then this one is from Artist Couture. It's the Caliente palette. And again, not colors I reach for all the time, but I think they're super pretty, and I'm going to keep them anyway because I don't have colors like this in my collection. Is that a good reason to keep it? Sometimes. In my case, probably not, but we're going to keep it anyway because I want to. So I'm going to go ahead and just put these back in here. And I was looking at this little swatch earlier of the pure gold color, and as much as I love it, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I'm not gonna use it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Which actually means that I can probably put all of my little singles in here, even though one of them is a cream. There we go, that works. Okay, keeping that. And so down to my last 2 palettes. This is the Naked palette. It's the original Naked palette. I've had this for years. I do actually find myself reaching in here every once in a while, and so because of that, I'm going to keep it. It's a really great, easy palette to use. You know, I don't really have to think about coming up with an eye look. I just kind of do it. And then this is the Lorac Pro palette, and if you saw my last declutter, I think it was, I did actually declutter this, and then I did my, like, giving, like, chopping block, like make one chopping block, giving it a last chance. Sorry about that, my card was full, so I just cleared up some space. Hopefully it'll work. I brought it back into my collection. I don't reach for this a lot anymore. I used to, as you can tell. There are some shades in here that I really loved. As much as I think I want to part ways with it, I also think I want to keep it just as much. So I have a feeling that if I were to declutter it, I probably wouldn't miss it. But I'm sitting here and I'm looking at it, I'm looking at all the colors, and yes, it's a very boring plain Jane palette, but I do want to make sure I give it some proper love before I like officially decide to part ways with it. So for now I'm going to keep it, but again, just like with some of my other products, next declutter, if it is still here and I still have not used it, I'm going to make myself get rid of it. So that is that. So I feel like I made some progress here in my eyeshadow category. Let's go ahead and move on to what I think I'm dreading most, potentially, and that is lips. So before I get into my lips, I do also have this setting spray, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, and I'm keeping it. I don't really have a lot of setting sprays, so I wasn't going to do like a setting spray category because I already showed you guys my other one that I have. But since this is still a makeup collection, I do want to make sure I show you guys this one as well. And now for what I think I might be dreading most. These are my Bullet Crayon and Liquid lipsticks, and then over here I have my glosses, but we'll get to that in a second. So, okay. I mentioned earlier that this is the Glow Recipe Blueberry Lip Balm. I very much love this. I'm keeping that for sure. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Tinted Love Lip and Cheek Stain in the shade Saint Euphoria. This is the last product that I got this morning in that package, so I'm for sure keeping it as well. Okay. This is the YSL Matte Lip Stain in the shade 23. I wasn't planning on doing swatches, but I might as well. This is what it looks like. Super pretty, neutral, kind of pinky brown shade. I quite enjoy it, so I'm keeping it. And then I guess just for the sake of having swatches of everything, this is that Charlotte Tilbury Saint Euphoria, which, very similar. So there's that. Okay. This is my, you know what, let's go through like my liquids, creams first before I go into my bullets. Okay, this is the ColourPop Blotted Lip in the shade Zuma. I really used to enjoy this, but I don't reach for it now. It also doesn't feel quite right. It's a little goopy, so we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of that. You served me well, but you are no longer needed. This is the Superstay Matte Ink in the shade 130 Self Starter. I actually really do enjoy, my low battery light's flashing. Hopefully I can get through this. I really do enjoy these Maybelline lip stains. I know they're not everybody's favorite. They are very drying, very long power, very staying, oh my goodness. Lots of staying power, but they're very drying. I don't really reach for it a lot, but I think I'm going to keep it just for now. I don't know, I'm going to put that in maybe for now. This is the Revlon HD Ultra Matte Lip Color in the shade Seduction. These smell really good. I do actually enjoy these. However, I don't reach for them ever. And so, you know, as far as colors like that go, if my makeup look counts for that color, I can make it work with something else that I already have. So I don't need that in my life. I've kept this because it's my only red, although I really don't wear bright red lip all that often. So as much as I want to keep this, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. And then in the event that I find myself needing a bright red lip, I can just repurchase one. These are not that expensive. I do love them, but there's no point in me having it in my collection for now. I think I'm going to keep this, the matte ink, just because I do enjoy it, so might as well keep it. I already have it. There's that. Okay. This is the Rare Beauty Lip Balm in the shade Thankful. I'm not gonna lie to you, I opened this the other day and I'm pretty sure there was stuff growing on it. I cleaned it, but like, we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of that. One of my favorites. Definitely, and I mean, I cleaned it, so I don't really feel like uncomfortable swatching it now. It's a great shade, great color. In fact, it's actually really similar to that Seduction color. But obviously, if you can tell by the swatch on my hand, I have colors that are similar to it already in my collection, so I'm not going to be too stressed out about it. Go ahead and get rid of that. This is my Gucci lipstick. I love this thing so much. It's so pretty. Just like a nice little pinkish flush of color. Keeping that for sure. Here's another red lipstick. This is the Sephora red lipstick. Again, I want to keep it because I don't have any red lipsticks now because I just got rid of the other one, but I'm not a big red lipstick kind of gal, and if I need one for something, I can just buy one. Let's see. This is the Glossier Generation G lipstick in the shade Leo. Still smells fine. Oh my god, I just dropped it. Okay. Still smells fine. There's the color. I do really enjoy them. It's a matte lip color, super floral scent, which like I'm not the biggest fan of, but we're gonna go ahead and keep it. This is the NARS Do Me Baby Lip Crayon. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. It's a little bit more berry toned than anything else that I have, and although I don't wear it a lot, I can see myself enjoying it. So we're gonna go ahead and keep this. And then these are my 3 MAC lipsticks. I have Love You Back, which is my newest of the 3. It's a great neutral color. I'm gonna go ahead and keep that one for sure. And then I also have Faux, and this one's Velvet Teddy actually, but this one's Velvet Teddy, and then I also have Faux, and oh no, I was right. This is Faux and this one's Velvet Teddy. You can't see what I'm showing you. They both smell like they're getting a little old. I keep telling myself that I'm going to, I guess I'll swatch them. This one is Velvet Teddy over here. Right there. And then Faux is right here. And what I love most about that Doomy Baby color is that it's kind of like the perfect blend of the two. I keep telling myself that I'm going to use these, but I'm just past the point of using them. I might as well give them to somebody else before they go bad. So we'll go ahead and declutter those, meaning that this is the extent of my, you know, liquid lipstick and crayons and bullets, which I'm happy with. And then, here we go. Okay, so here we are with my glosses. I do have one more gloss. So I have the gloss that's in my project pan. But then I also have one more downstairs that I just keep at my desk at all times. It's a clear lip oil from ColourPop, so I'm obviously going to keep that one. And here is what I have left. So a definite yes is going to be this Kosas Wet Lip Oil. This one's in the shade Dip. Really pretty color. I like it a lot. We're going to go ahead and keep that. I'm also keeping my 3 Lawless Forget the Filler Plumping Lip Glosses. I'm not like a huge gloss person. I'm definitely getting more into it. And so I like the 3 tones of this. I think they're great. Like, I love the formula, keeping those. Oh, sorry if you're wearing headphones. That was really loud. I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep my Fenty. You know what? Honestly, I never wear any of these. I was gonna say I was gonna keep Fenty Glow and then get rid of the other 4. The other 4, these are from her most recent holiday launch, and honestly, they're just kind of gritty. I don't really love the texture of them, so I was gonna get rid of those anyway. And then I just really don't wear this at all, and if I am going to wear this, I have a really similar color here in the Kosas one, so there's no point in me keeping both. So I'm going to keep the Kosas and get rid of the Fenty Glow. But then I think I'm going to keep these last 4. I enjoy having just like a plain clear lip gloss. I have that lip oil downstairs, but I really don't use it as lip gloss. I use it as more of like a chapstick, just when I'm at my desk. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this lip gloss from Glossier, just the clear one. And I think I'm also going to keep the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme. It's not my favorite, but I do find myself reaching for it, so might as well keep it. And then these are my Buxom lip glosses. I have Peach Daiquiri and White Russian. I do enjoy both of these. I want to get more use out of them, and so now that I'm finally getting back into lip gloss, I'm going to go ahead and keep them both. Okay, so here we are. Everything is laid out. This is everything that I'm decluttering. It doesn't look like a lot, I feel like. But it comes out to essentially 69 products. So, because again, like this Anastasia kit, I'm counting as 4 eyeshadow pans individually. This was initially 4 highlighter pans. This was, you know, 8 blushes and 2 highlighters because that's what's in there. This I forgot to mention. This is just 2 loose shadows like that I've like single pans that don't have, you know, like an individual like case thing. So I just go on that Z palette, except I don't start with my stuff, so I forget that I own it, so I might as well just get rid of it. And then I did go back and decide to declutter the NARS concealer. It's a good concealer, it's just not my favorite. I don't reach for it all the time, and so there's kind of no point in it cluttering up my space. Again, the things that are in here that I'm using in my project pan, I will finish out like their 15 uses before I officially declutter them, but for the sake of like my makeup inventory, they have been removed from the makeup inventory, and they are no longer counted. So here is that. And then, so I started off this process with 181 items. I'm getting rid of 69, which brings me down to 112, which, don't get me wrong, is still a lot of makeup, but it is much better off than I was before. I didn't do it before, but I guess here is just how some of my drawers are looking. This one is like where I keep my eyeshadow and my lip gloss, and then just like some random like hair stuff, odds and ends. which I know I didn't show before, but this looks significantly better. These were all piled up. This was super piled up. So that's a lot better. And then also over here, this is looking a lot better as well. With the exception of this one, I didn't bother to actually organize this section. But you know, all of these are much less cramped and cluttered, and I'm super happy with it. So all in all, that is it for the video. If you appreciated it, or if you enjoyed it, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up down below and left a comment if you felt inclined to do so. If you want to see more of me in the future, not sure I would behave each show, not going to judge you, go ahead and subscribe down below as well. And with that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your night wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.